Good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, good morning. So when was the last time you had seen this sweater? So I actually wear it every day, but this is going back to the beginning. So I've been wanting to actually do some new clothing. I haven't done it in a while. And at some point we're going to get back to actually having the Rhino store where we have the clothing again because there's so much new stuff. But this is vintage, right? Like this is the first sweater we ever made. And I wear it every day when I go jogging. So as you can see, I just got in. This is, what I look like. Hey, Brian. So I want to actually have a pretty quick call. So I spoke with our team yesterday in terms of TED. And where we're at right now is actually quite good. So we've been working on the wake feature, like, hey, Ted, and then it wakes up and starts talking to you. So you can do it from anywhere in the room. You don't have it yet, right? But we're testing it. And we're making TED its own sanctioned AI assistant. So what I mean by that is we're actually working with OpenAI, putting the coding in it so that we can have a TED button through them, in which case then that TED lives on your phone, and then we have the wake feature built into it. The timeline that we have is that by tomorrow, we should have something testable, and then that gives us 7 days till next Friday to actually perfect it. Meaning by next Friday, I fully expect, and again, we might not hit this goal, but the goal is that we will have TED on your phone with the wake word, which at that point, that is the prototype. Like, that's it. That is exactly what we want. I will be speaking to the patent team, if not today, definitely by tomorrow, because we spoke Monday with the goal being that tomorrow that we would have a final draft that's going to be submitted. So I do want to reach out to them today, say, hey, listen, just a friendly reminder, I expect to hear from you tomorrow, which is good. Which means now we have the patent and the prototype moving parallel, right? So by the end of next Friday, we should, hey, Frida, yeah, Brian, exactly. By the end of next Friday, we should have the prototype built and the patent being submitted. At that point, that's everything. So when we have the prototype built, we're then able to duplicate it because it's built. So what I would like to do is then duplicate it, say 100 times, and each 100 will be its own case study, right? So this is like the Walmart TED, this is the Target TED, this is the whatever TED. The point being, we want to share it with those institutions and say, hey, listen, we have the patent to this. This is the use case. This is what you can do. If you'd like to adopt this, this is the deal we're looking to make. You have free reign. It's just within these rules, and this is the royalty. We'll figure out what that language looks like. Because I think there's probably a decorum of how that happens. It's not like, hey, you want this, you owe us this. It's a conversation to be had, and we're going to go down that road. So we'll be doing that stuff. We are going to start off with sending it to one in particular person who actually, so when we showed the Elon Musk video yesterday, I've always been a big fan of Elon, to the point that I say his name by his first name like I know him. And it's funny because I followed him for so long that if I ever met him, hi, Mr. Musk. And I assure you, or at least in my head, would be like, call me Elon. Okay, great. And then, little by little, be like, I've always been calling you Elon. But his goal, and you know what? Let me just do something. It has nothing to do with you. I was doing mail earlier, and once you email something, then the email app opens, and now every time you get an email, it buzzes, and it's just a little bit obnoxious. But when it comes to Elon, he's had one goal his entire life in terms of creating a platform. TED solves it, and I would like to show him how it does it. And I think at that point, things change. So there's going to be many, many certified mails that go that way for that reason. And once we have that patent, or once it's being submitted, then we're good. we have the provisional, we did the search, the non-provisional has been crafted exactly to be accepted. It's referencing the provisional, which we already have. Therefore, the rest of the steps is just waiting on a patent office. And if you can go ahead and say, this is the solution you've been looking for, this is the patent because we own it, let's talk, I think that changes things. So Ted is in a very, very good place, and I'm quite happy with that. It kind of just goes back to, when you're doing things, there's something called cash flow, and then there's value, right? I've never been short-sighted. Now, I've been confused for being crazy, like, Ant, you're all over the place, you're doing this, fine. Maybe that's the case. But it's always been because we're looking for that thing. Now, you can't exactly come up with how you find this thing. It's just, it finds you almost. And what I can tell you is, if we actually accomplish this goal, which again, now it's kind of like dotting I's and crossing T's, the patent's going to happen. The prototype is being done. Like, these things they're already 90%, like all the hard stuff has already happened. Now it's, let's cross the finish line, and what are we going to do with that? Now you're in a position for the big thing. So, if someone comes to you and says, hey, listen, would you rather make $5,000 a week for the rest of your life, or would you rather, scratch and claw for everything and then make, $5 billion after, 5 years of making nothing? Well, it's an easy decision to make after that's the decision, right? Like, if someone came to you and said that, you might actually decide which one you want to do. Okay, it's either A or B. The problem is B is not an option until it becomes an option. And it can only be an option when you scratch and claw with no ability to ever know if that's ever going to happen. Like, you make it happen by having no guarantee in life that it ever will happen. You're essentially, maybe being an entrepreneur actually is the definition of being a complete lunatic, because you're literally fighting every single day to get something that you don't even know exists. And if it exists, does it exist only in your head? And if it does, how do you ever get it out? In fact, that actually sounds crazy. In fact, now that I'm saying it to myself, if there's anybody out there that is trying to claim that I'm mentally ill, that would be the time. In fact, there's two things that would prove that I'm mentally ill. One, that I'm an entrepreneur, and two, that I'm representing myself in court. Because both of those things, I can promise you, if you're looking for expediency or a good outcome, it's very zero sum. It's very either 99% of the time it fails, or the 1% time is what justifies the failure rate. It's so funny though. Like, if I was in court and I was being accused of being mentally ill and those were the exhibits, I would actually look at the judge and say, Your Honor, I think they make a compelling case. Oh my God. So, commit me, Your Honor. Yeah, I think that's actually the compelling case. I'm representing myself in 4 courts, one against a Superior Court judge, one in appeal court against a Superior Court judge, 2 others in Superior Court, and 1 in a municipal court. I'm certifiably insane. Oh man. But actually a little bit of follow-up on that, because nobody ever wants to hear someone's like in court their entire life. Municipal court is completed. Believe it or not, everything was dismissed. I wonder why. Maybe because I'm not a criminal. But again, I can't talk more into it, but I can justify what I just said because I am a business owner. And when a business owner is in court, those that are participants of the business do have a right to know how it settles. So without giving details and without providing a commentary, I am saying that all charges were dismissed. In private conversation, we can high five and laugh, but I have to be very okay. So that's that. All right, so let's get into some fun stuff. So take the trader's money. Oh my God. So yesterday, the market at like 2:30 just completely turned around. So it was up, and then at 2:30, it ended up going straight down 500 points. In fact, the last week of gains were erased in an hour and a half. So I don't know where it is today, nor do I care, nor am I going to look, because I've been around the block long enough with the market to know that if you start getting into the minutia of it, you lose the forest for the trees and you just see kind of one. In my head, when a market is up 10 days in a row, 8 weeks in a row, by every metric, or at least the most overbought in like history, and then as it approaches an all-time high, it quickly and violently reverses down 500 points. That's like a little scary. Whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, let's take a step back. Now, does that mean it rallies back today? Well, I saw the futures this morning and they were up 150 points. What does that mean? It means the market was predicted to start up 150 points. I don't know where it is. Maybe it is up 100. I have no idea. Nor do I want to know. If the market today is up over 500 points, that's a problem. Well, a problem for me believing that it's going to go down. Because if it recovers everything yesterday, it's like, okay, it was a one-day event. If it starts off positive and then reverses down again, that might be the worst case scenario. Like, whoa, you know what? Let me get out of the way of this. Let me sell. Obviously, there's something going on. If it recovers a little bit, like 100 or 200 points, then it makes tomorrow kind of like show me. In which case tomorrow, if it only recovers, say 50 or 100 points, now it's like you went down 500 points in an hour and a half, and then in 2 whole days you recovered 300 of it. You know, this doesn't look, there's a lot of people selling into the people that are buying. So I think there's many different scenarios where it's not good. So I'm just gonna let that be it. You know, take a look at it at the end of the day, see where it ends up. Hey, Deb. So let's take the trades money. Rhino bucks, we didn't even send the money yet. We will. It's probably gonna be a later today thing because right after this call, I'm running out. Yeah, I've chores all day, which is good because they're all related to the same thing. It's not doing something that's unrelated. So that's good. But I will do the Rhino bucks tonight. I did go through my emails up until this morning. I don't think I'm going to look at them again right now until this evening. If there's an email that is very, very important, text me, or I would say email me, but I'm not looking at the emails. Text me. Or if you're in this call and you have an email, like just tell me it, right? And I'll get to it right away. Otherwise, the emails aren't going to be looked at till later today. But again, they are caught up as of 6 a.m. So it just means anyone that's emailed since 6 a.m., I probably won't get to till tonight. And I think that's everything. I think that's it. We're not going to have calls next week. I said that yesterday, and I'm going to stick to that. I think that's okay. I think everyone should celebrate the week. Take the holidays, enjoy yourself. Just enjoy. You do have to smell the roses at some point in life. And I think that's what next week should be. And then everything, I mean, I'm going to be working. So if you get bored, email me, I'll be here. But I think that's a good thing. So Rhino bucks, good thing. Ted, really good thing. Like I'm really, really happy about that. Take the trades money. We'll start doing another email push tonight for the weekend. This week we had 24 participants. Last week we had 9. The week before we had 1. The trader right now is in 3rd place, I think. So he's doing well. Last week he was in 7th place, which was not good. We were not thrilled with that. The trader wasn't thrilled with that. But I'd really like to have 50 people participating next week. I think that would be really cool. Oh, Merry Christmas to you too, Frida, or Happy Hanukkah, right? So if you have any like, hey, what's that? Take the trader's money, and is it popular, and do people like it? I think you should really check it out. It's just really cool. Like I think it's cool, but you know, that's me. Oh, okay, Frida. Well, happy belated, right? All right, so that's that. Love you all. Have a great day. Everything otherwise is good. I don't mean to have a call in only 15 minutes, but I just think everything is good. It's steady as she goes. But I do always appreciate everyone here. So love y'all, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.